Sadly, people steal every day. However, would you murder someone over a pair of $80 leggings? Let's find out right now. Happy Wicked Wednesday, my Cajun cuties. Yes, it's me, Anne-Marie, aka the Cajun Crime Queen from Carencro, Louisiana. Cajun born, Cajun bred, and when I die, I'll be Cajun dead. I hope after this video that you like, subscribe, and comment, and don't forget to press on that notification bell so you never miss a video from me, Anne-Marie. I hope you have a beverage. I hope you have a snuggle partner or a snuggle fur partner. Those are the best, and you're ready to hear a true crime story from yours truly. And as always, I want to know, are y'all drinking that water? Are y'all staying hydrated? Are y'all getting those tickers up? Remember, just a quick 20-30 minute walk, especially first thing in the morning, get those endorphins up, and you are going to have an amazing, wonderful day, I promise you. And as always, thank you all so much for joining me on this Wicked Wednesday evening. I hope all of you are having an amazing night. Let's get on with this story. I remember hearing about this case back in 2011, and I remember being appalled, shocked about what I was hearing on the news. Did someone really murder someone else for a pair of leggings? Yes, you heard me right, a pair of leggings. Brittany Norwood was born on May 18th, 1982 in Washington State. She had a huge family. She was one of 9 siblings. Her family didn't have much money, but Brittany was extremely ambitious. She knew she wanted to be someone special someday. She is a 2000 graduate of Decatur High School, where she was a star athlete, an amazing person. Every university wanted Brittany to play soccer. She signed with Stony Brook University in Long Island, New York, where she played soccer and studied sociology. However, she left the university abruptly in her junior year in 2003. Why? Why would she leave the university on a full paid scholarship? Well, Brittany was described as a kleptomaniac. She stole from her classmates, her teammates, her friends, her roommates, everyone. She stole money, she stole clothes, whatever she could get her hands on. She was kicked out of the university and expelled. She had several complaints about her stealing. As I was researching this case, I could not find if Brittany was arrested from stealing from her teammates, classmates, roommates. I couldn't find anything about her getting arrested. However, the university must have had hard proof, hard evidence, or enough complaints that she lost her entire scholarship, that she was expelled and thrown out of the school. At first, I felt sorry for Brittany. I said to myself, maybe she didn't have any money. Maybe she thought that this was the only way to get things. But that is never the right way. Always work for your money. Never take something that isn't yours. Brittany was so devastated about losing her scholarship that she moved to Washington, D.C., where her other 2 sisters were. She got a job working the front desk at Posh Willard International Continental Hotel, where she was quickly promoted to managing VIP guests. She loved her job. And in 2007, it was said that Brittany was stalking her ex-boyfriend and that he had put a restraining order out against her. Brittany loved her job working at the hotel. However, that wasn't her ambition. That wasn't her passion. She wanted to be a personal trainer. That was always her dream, always her goal, was to work in the physical fitness world. As I told all of y'all earlier, Brittany was a star soccer player and an amazing athlete. She always was training, lifting weights, working out. So what does Brittany do? In 2010, Brittany takes a job at the Georgetown Lululemon store. We all know Lululemon. It's a lovely store. It sells yoga gear. It is a lovely place to get yoga sets, yoga mats. However, it is very, very expensive. Trust me, I know, because I have 2 daughters that love Lululemon. Brittany wanted to make connections in the physical fitness world, and she believed that working at Lululemon could get her into the physical fitness world, the training world. She wanted to maybe meet clients. And everyone said she loved working at Lululemon, especially making people feel good about themselves. In February of 2011, Brittany Norwood transferred to another Lululemon store in Bethesda, Maryland. It was said that she was fired from another Lululemon for buying more than she was supposed to on discount. I'm guessing that you get a discount at Lululemon, but you could only purchase a certain amount of things at a time. And Brittany was not doing that. She was buying more on discount, and the store found out. They fired her. However, they hired her back, but moved her to the Bethesda store in Maryland. Now, I'm going to pause right there. Why would they hire her back and move her to another store? And I've always questioned, did the Bethesda store know about what Brittany did at another Lululemon store? I wonder if if everyone came together and said, look, she's a great worker, she's a wonderful person, however, she made this mistake. Or if Brittany just transferred to the Maryland store and no one knew anything. I always wonder that. So if y'all heard of this story, y'all let me know down in the comments below, because I want to know if the stores that Brittany worked at knew what she had done. And around this time, when Brittany started at the Bethesda store in Maryland in February of 2011, shoplifting started. Cash was starting to be missing. Everyone suspected Brittany because it all started happening when Brittany started working at the store. However, there was no concrete proof, no hard evidence. They couldn't prove that it was Brittany. Brittany did not want to stay at the Lululemon store. There was a fitness center around the corner, and it was said that she was just working at the Lululemon store in Bethesda, Maryland to make connections to end up working at the fitness center around the corner from the Lululemon store. Brittany wanted to be in the physical fitness world. She did not want to stay at Lululemon forever. Brittany Norwood wasn't the only ambitious person working at Lululemon in Bethesda, Maryland. JAYNA Murray was born November 22nd, 1980 in Wichita, Kansas, but grew up in Texas. And just like Brittany, she was a star athlete. She broke several track records while in high school. After graduating high school, she attended St. Louis University in Madrid, Spain, before graduating with a bachelor's degree in science from George Washington University in Washington, D.C. After graduating college, JAYNA worked for Halliburton for a couple of years. Then JAYNA decided she wanted to get her master's degree, her MBA, from Johns Hopkins University. And while she was there, she got a job at the Lululemon store, and she even wrote her MBA thesis on the Lululemon corporate brand. She loved Lululemon. And just like Brittany, JAYNA was only supposed to be at Lululemon temporary. However, she stayed a little bit longer because she loved working at Lululemon. Brittany and JAYNA had only been co-workers for 3 weeks at the time, and they had only worked a handful of shifts. And on the night of Friday, March 11th, 2011, Brittany and JAYNA were closing up the store in Bethesda, Maryland. And there was a policy at Lululemon. The co-workers had to check each other's bags before leaving the store to make sure there was not any unpaid merchandise in their bags. And if there was merchandise in their bags, they had to show a receipt. And it was said that JAYNA saw a pair of leggings in Brittany's bag, but Brittany did not have a receipt. So JAYNA called another co-worker and asked her co-worker if she had sold Brittany a pair of leggings, and it was said that co-worker said no. And the co-worker said, we'll take care of it tomorrow morning. And that is when a horrible, horrific accident happened on the night of March 11th, 2011, when Brittany and JAYNA were closing up the Lululemon store in Bethesda, Maryland. On March 12th, 2011, the Lululemon manager at the Bethesda store in Maryland walks in and notices that the store is unlocked. She also notices that the store is in complete chaos. The cash register's open. There's receipts all over the place. The safe's open. It was obvious some type of struggle went on in that store. There were clothes everywhere, bloody footprints on the floor. The manager decides to walk to the back of the store, and that is where she finds 30-year-old JAYNA Murray deceased on the floor. There was a toolbox on her, and around her, tools covered in blood. It was obvious JAYNA took a horrible beating. The back of the wall behind JAYNA was covered in blood, like someone just did her wrong. It was horrible. When I saw the pictures, it was terrible what JAYNA must have went through that evening. In another room, the manager finds BRITTANY Norwood tied up and had a horrible beating to her face, to her forehead, with cuts and slashes all over her abdomen. It looked like BRITTANY was severely attacked. However, even back when I saw this in 2011, the first thing I noticed, because as y'all all know, I have been studying crime for 30 years. I think that I'm a detective, but I'm not. I pretend I am. The first thing I noticed when they showed a picture of BRITTANY Norwood tied up, I noticed that she was laying down, but blood was just coming down her face in a straight line. There was no blood on the sides. And most of the time, when you're laying down flat and you get a cut to your face or your head, especially the top of your forehead, right in the middle, you are going to bleed down and sideways. There's going to be blood all around right here. But I noticed most of the blood was going straight down BRITTANY's face, meaning she was sitting upright. Why is that? But anyway, JAYNA Murray was deceased and BRITTANY Norwood was tied up and had cuts everywhere and a huge gash to her forehead. JAYNA Murray is so severely beaten that the police noticed a gruesome crime scene. She had wounds to her head, face, neck, and back. It was horrible and horrific. Cops noticed that BRITTANY Norwood is alive and still breathing. They rush her to the hospital where she is coherent, and the cops begin to question BRITTANY. BRITTANY says that she and JAYNA locked up the store the night of March 11, 2011. They both left the store, and that is when BRITTANY says that she realizes she forgot her wallet at the store. She calls JAYNA as JAYNA has the keys to the store, and she tells JAYNA she forgot her wallet. JAYNA says, that's fine, let's go back to the store because I left my laptop there as well. They go back to the store, they open the LULULEMON store up. They both look for BRITTANY's wallet but could not find the wallet. That's when they start walking back to the front of the store, and they realize they hadn't locked the door behind them when they arrived. BRITTANY says two men wearing masks and dressed in all black attacked them. They grabbed JAYNA, drug her to the back of the store, and one of them came and grabbed BRITTANY, made her open up the cash register, the safe, then drug BRITTANY to the bathroom where he SA'd her and severely beat her as well. BRITTANY says that she kind of blacked out and didn't know what happened to JAYNA. She says she was tied up, severely beaten in the head, and she doesn't know anything after that. Cops notice that there are bloody footprints all over the store. One pair of bloody footprints is BRITTANY Norwood's shoes. The other pair of shoes, bloody footprints, is a size 14 shoe. But that is the only two shoe prints they find, a size 14 shoe and BRITTANY Norwood's shoe prints. Where is the second person? Where is the second intruder? They also see that the footprints never left the store. Did the intruders take off their shoes and leave the store in their socks? Where was it? The cops also interview one of the co-workers and says, the co-worker says that JAYNA had called her and told her about what happened with BRITTANY, about finding a pair of leggings in BRITTANY's bag. The cops are starting to notice that BRITTANY's story isn't adding up. But they had to be careful because this is a person that says she was SA'd and severely beaten and had slash wounds all over her belly. She was tied up and she had a very bad gash to her forehead. So something did happen. The cops are on a mission. They want to find these two killers. They want to know who they are. They start looking at every single surveillance cameras. And that is when they noticed, around 11 p.m. on the night of March 11, 2011, two men dressed in all black are walking behind the Lululemon store. Are these the killers? The cops go to the Apple store, which is connected to the Lululemon store, and they start questioning the Apple employees. And some of them working that day were there the night before. And the cops question them and say, do you know these two men walking behind the alley of the Lululemon store? They say no. However, they did hear something going on at the Lululemon store the night before. They said they heard some type of a scuffle, like furniture being moved. They heard a voice saying, oh God, oh God, oh God, please help me. Another voice saying, just talk to me. They heard something going on. And when you see the Apple employees in the video that I watched, you see them stopped and they are listening to what was going on. And get this, no one called the police. No one. I know if I was in that situation, I heard those type of voices, those types of cries, and it sounds like furniture being moved, some type of chaos going on, I would notify the police. But no one did. And get this. The Apple employees said they didn't hear any men's voices. It was two women voices. So the cops are puzzled. They don't know what's going on. Then another piece of the puzzle unravels. They find the size 14 shoes inside of the Lululemon store. You remember the size 14 shoes covered in blood? There were bloody shoe prints all over the store. Those type of shoes were found inside Lululemon in a cubbyhole. When the cops asked the Lululemon workers, why are these shoes here? Who are they for? The workers say, oh, they're always here. Sometimes people want to try on tennis shoes with their leggings, that they come in with flip-flops, and they say, only if I had a pair of shoes to see how these leggings would look. These shoes are always there. They belong to Lululemon. They are a size 14, the same shoe, the same tread. It looks like these are the same shoes that were worn during this horrific crime. Did someone put on these shoes, clean them off, and put them back into the cubbyhole? Police are starting to believe that Brittany Norwood isn't an innocent victim, and they questioned her even more. Okay, Brittany Norwood's story is not adding up. First, we have reports that JAYNA Murray reported Brittany Norwood for possibly shoplifting. And then Brittany says that two men attacked her and JAYNA Murray. However, the Apple store employees say they heard two men voices. And then we have the fact that the size 14 shoes that the killer maybe wore were found inside the Lululemon store. And then, get this, the doctors say that Brittany Norwood was not SA'd, and the slashes to her abdomen looked self-inflicted. And when I saw those pictures back then, back 13 years ago, when she was laying down tied up, Brittany Norwood, the cuts to her abdomen looked like they were barely slashed. They were slowly rehearsed. They didn't look like someone went in there and just massacred everybody. It didn't look right. And whoever killed JAYNA was severely enraged. This was not an attack. This was a brutal attack. JAYNA had over 300 wounds to her body, y'all. 300 wounds. Can y'all believe that? That someone would do that big of an attack on someone they didn't even know? That someone that just walked inside and just decided to do this? It didn't make sense. Whoever did this was severely angry. And get this, the tools that were scattered all over JAYNA, those tools belonged to the Lululemon store. And the knife that was found in the sink, they believe that was the knife that was the final blow to the back of JAYNA Murray's head. Now, why would two robbers come in with absolutely no weapons and start robbing a place? They would just hope Lululemon had some tools to murder people with? It didn't make sense. Nothing was making sense to the cops. Brittany Norwood's story was slowly unraveling, and she knew it. And another thing, those two men they saw walking behind the alley of Lululemon, they were two dishwashers that had just gotten off of work. So they had nothing to do with the attack. The police wanted to question Brittany Norwood even more. But what would her new story be? As you all know, I have been doing true crime for years, and I discuss cases with other people that love true crime. And when I discussed this case with others, they all said, yes, Anne-Marie, it can happen. People can walk into a place ready to commit a robbery with absolutely no weapons, hoping to find something there. Yes, in the 70s, we have Ted Bundy who escaped jail, walked into a sorority house with no weapons and murdered multiple women by finding things to hurt them with. So yes, it can happen. But when you find this happening, it is very rare. And when you see the fact that JAYNA Murray was attacked so brutally with over 300 wounds to her body, that doesn't sound like a person that came off the street and started robbing people. Can it happen? Absolutely. But it just didn't seem right. The cops found JAYNA Murray's car in the parking lot, and when they found her car, they found traces of blood inside of her car. They called Brittany Norwood on March 16, 2011 to come in for an interview, and they asked her, have you ever been inside JAYNA Murray's car? She says no. They asked, do you know where she drives? She said, I think so. I think I saw her car one time. The cops take Brittany Norwood's DNA, and she leaves and goes home. A couple of hours later, Brittany calls the cops and says, I need to talk to y'all. She goes to the police station and changes her story. She says that the attackers made her move JAYNA Murray's car because it was parked in the front of the store. And they said to Brittany, if you talk to anybody, if you see anybody, if you try to run, consider yourself dead. We will hurt you. We will hurt your family. The cops didn't believe that. The cops believed that Brittany Norwood lured JAYNA Murray back to the store, and JAYNA Murray probably pulled up to the front of the store because they were just going to run in, and she was parked in a spot she wasn't supposed to, so Brittany moved her car. And guess what? The DNA from JAYNA's car matched Brittany Norwood. At the end of that interview, the cops placed Brittany Norwood under arrest for the murder of JAYNA Murray. On October 26, 2011, the trial of Brittany Norwood starts. Prosecutors believe that Brittany Norwood murdered JAYNA Murray and then staged the crime scene to look like someone else did it. They also believe that Brittany Norwood slashed up her own body in order to cover up for herself. She wanted to cover up the murder of JAYNA Murray. And this is the horrible part. This is the part that gets me the most. When the prosecutors asked the medical examiner, how many blows did JAYNA Murray feel when she was being murdered? The medical examiner said she felt every single one. every single blow to her body she felt. JAYNA Murray fought for her life, and she felt every single slash to her body. And that right there is a horrible, horrible thing to think about. Brittany Norwood's attorney stood up and said, my client is guilty. She did it. She just snapped. She is responsible for the murder of JAYNA Murray. Brittany Norwood is sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. She is in jail where she belongs and where she needs to be. She killed someone over a pair of $80 Lululemon pants. Killed someone over a pair of leggings. That is terrible. That is horrible. But Brittany Norwood did not want to lose her job. She did not want to get in trouble for this. So you murder someone and you try to cover it up and you inflict over 300 wounds to someone's body over a pair of stolen leggings. This was horrible. This was a horrible, horrific case. Now I'm going to discuss with you the puzzling red flags I find in this case. Why wasn't there any traces that Brittany Norwood was a thief? If she was kicked out of her university for stealing, was there some type of report of that? And when Lululemon fired her the first time, why did they hire her back? Did they believe she just made a mistake? Or did they say, we're just going to put her at another store so we're not responsible? Stuff just isn't adding up. Because it sounds to me that Brittany Norwood was a big thief. It wasn't like, oh, let me take a t-shirt. She was stealing her whole life, it sounds like. She was always doing this from the time she was 18 to almost 30 years old. And something to me should have happened. Something to me, I don't know, Brittany could have got help. Somebody should have known something. It just didn't make sense. JAYNA Murray should still be alive today. This did not have to happen. And my heart and my prayers go out to JAYNA Murray's family. I hope you remember the good times you had with her. And you remember the memories you shared with her as well. My final thought, I always give y'all my final thought. And my final thought is, we all do dumb things when we're young. We always do things that we regret and things that we can change throughout life. But in my opinion, Brittany Norwood had a problem and she needed to fix that problem. If you're taking things from people when you're 18, 19, 20 years old and you get kicked out of your university, that is a sign where you need to get your life together and you need to get fixed and you need to go see someone. And someone's life was taken because someone else was a thief. We can all choose to get help if we have a problem. And Brittany Norwood had a problem that needed to be fixed. And I believe that JAYNA Murray was such an amazing inspiration. She was a wonderful person. Reading about her, you always saw her doing these wonderful adventures, ziplining. Her dream was to go to every continent. She was a morning person. She loved life. She loved people. She loved her friends. And sadly, a wonderful, loving person was taken from this earth by someone else who didn't want to get in trouble. And that breaks my heart. But we are seeing that more and more these days. And remember, I say this all the time. I say this to all of you. I say this to everyone. In my opinion, there is no such thing as a perfect murder. No such thing. Anything can happen these days. You think you can cover up a crime, but you don't. Police find everything. There are cameras everywhere now. Like I tell my own children, you can't sneak out the house. You can't hide from it. I have trackers on everything, their phones, their cars. I always know where they are so they can't get away with anything. They always tell me the truth. And in life, we should realize that someone is always watching. And there's cameras all over every store, every street, everywhere. It is not worth taking someone else's life. Nothing is worth taking someone else's life. We don't have that choice to take someone else's life. We have to live the right way and the good way. I hope you all enjoyed today's video. I hope that you like, subscribe, and comment. And don't forget to press on the notification bell so you never miss a video from me, Anne-Marie. And as always, stay safe. Always be aware of your surroundings and always know that I'm here for you in any way I can be. And as always, thank y'all so much for watching my video. And for you, I am truly grateful. I will see y'all next week with more videos. Have a good day. Love y'all. Bye.